discussed that could help more people if it was more known?
Yes, one topic I'm being explored that is related to software architecture and agile software development. It's about software architecture uncertainties, which
Mm.
what is the idea? Because evolving a software architecture is hard, right? But today we do have, I don't know, systems with more than 20 years old and much more. And if you think about, okay, it's no way they think about the current architecture 20 years ago. So the architecture evolved and evolved a lot. But if we think about the agile philosophy of embracing change, architectural changes might not be so friendly to embrace. They can affect the whole system, can be very expensive. So we can't just, okay, let's say to prepare for an architectural change is not as easy as a change in a given feature, right? So it can have a huge dimension and can be really something expensive and even sometimes not even viable to be done, right? So then, what is the idea? So how we prepare ourselves for these changes? So is to think about the uncertainties in our software architecture. Today, we talk about requirements, right? But when we write the requirements, many of them we are not 100% sure, right? So you are thinking about, oh, this system will need this amount of simultaneous requests, right? But we don't know because how many simultaneous requests even depend on the size of the request. So if it takes longer, probably we'll have more in parallel, right? So then, and many things we cannot predict, and they are very, very important for the architectural decisions. And so, what is the idea? Is to manage these uncertainties. So, I would say, like, um, it's more important what you don't know than what you know. So, if you think about that, your requirements are important. The
Mhm.
ones that you know, the more important ones is the ones that you don't know. and
Okay.
and this is the basis of that. So what I see happening is that when someone writes a requirement, it automatically became, I don't know, something like sacred, or that oh, this is this. Like we sometimes, oh, we need to put something, put a number, but then okay, after a while nobody knows who wrote that, and then we just try to accomplish, right?
Mhm.
So then the idea is to, when we have things that we don't know, and these things could be related to the requirements, because sometimes we don't know how the software will grow or what we will need.
Mhm.
Even like, for example, with the AI, if we are working with AI agents, we have a lot of uncertainty in terms of reliability and even the resource consumption that they can have, right? Even if can we reduce the consumption by using a simpler model, or okay, so then that's a lot of uncertainty uh, um, associated. It can be related to the requirements. It can be related also to the technology. Maybe we don't understand
Mhm.
this technology yet, so we need to know, for example, does this database will be enough for the data we have, right? So does this persistence will hold our capacity, our scalability requirements?
Mhm.
And then what is the idea? To instead of calling these requirements, we can call these things hypotheses. So we call that hypothesis engineering. So the idea is to manage these uncertainties, because sometimes it's okay if we live with them, right? So we don't need
Mhm.
solve all of them, but it's important to be aware of them, because sometimes, even if it's something, I don't know, depends on the business, on the behavior of our users. Maybe we are in a startup, we don't know the direction our business will take. And then, okay, if we don't know, we cannot, let's say, solve this uncertainty, but we can work on the impact. So sometimes we can do some architectural techniques that help us to reduce the impact of not knowing this thing. So then, during, so I think, like, and this is one of my line of research, that this is a way to handle the architectural evolution, is to manage the uncertainties and try to act on them, to find out what is the right way, right moment to make decisions, and to kind of try to do that. We already did some case studies in real projects, so it's not because we are academy that we don't work with real projects, and we have some really encouraging results
Mhm.
on the use of this. And this is something that I really think people should know, right? To think more about what they don't know. And
Mhm.
sometimes it's hard, because um, it's hard, for example, in a team, depend on the company, to say to your boss or to your product owner, we don't know this thing. We don't know if this will hold. But if we don't say that loud, sometimes it's. I usually say this is like the secrets that are became whispers in the most hidden places in the companies, which is the coffee room. Right? So it's just these things that people whisper, but they don't put explicitly, right? So, but
Yeah.
when these are, yeah, so when this is explicit, then okay, we can handle that.
Yeah. I was thinking that there people from companies, they prefer not say I don't know, but they prefer to say uh, we have we are like 70% sure
Okay.
that. I think it's something like that, right? And I was thinking about the audio said, like, hypothesis. Oh, we are